When I created Tensi, I had to design my own PCB to simplify all the wiring, but it was basically designed to have these smaller integrated circuits plug into it. So because of that, it's actually quite a big size. And when I was thinking about doing the version 3 of this board, it would be really good to make it smaller. And then the obvious answer to make that happen is to make a PCB that has all the electronics already integrated in it. So this PCB uses what's called SMT, surface mounted technology. So all of the components don't go through the board, they just get soldered on the top. So to make things a lot smaller, we need to go from through hole to surface mount. But going on to surface mount something that is potentially twice the size of this is too big of a jump and way too much money to invest at once. So what I thought is I need some kind of small project to learn about SMT and to design my first board in SMT. So a few years ago I've designed this paraglider controller, which is a bunch of sliders and switches, which on the inside is just one tiny one of these. So the obvious thing would be to make my own board that attaches this thing and all of the components in it to all the sliders. Sounds like we've got a project on our hands. I started by choosing the components really carefully to make sure they would all fit together, and also because I've been using this controller for quite a while, I wanted to make some improvements. The sliders being a lot smaller really helps, and I've put it all in a breadboard to make sure it works. So the key to this thing working is this small Arduino Pro Micro, and I have to have a good look at it because this is what I'm going to use to create my own board. Luckily there are plans for that board, so I started with importing those and the schematic and taking away the parts that I don't need and adding sliders and buttons that I do need. Then from there, just like last time, I could create my PCB with everything in the right place, but with the big difference being there are some components that are going to come assembled from the factory. And I also 3D printed the PCB itself just to make sure that all my holes aligned and there weren't any big mistakes that would keep it from working. So after that, I finally ordered them and it was a long wait. But then finally, they're finally here. And they look absolutely awesome. So excited to get these out of the box. And look how tiny they are. And a huge thanks to everyone that supports us to make these amazing projects possible. So I tested for continuity, make sure nothing is shorting. And I had to solder on the USB just to do the first power test to see if the thing would turn on at all or if it go up in smoke. Okay, this is the moment of truth. Hopefully we don't get any blue smoke or anything. It's upside down. Okay, we got a light. Nothing smells. This is the best result we could hope for. That was so anticlimactic, but hey, I was ecstatic on the inside. Next step is to program it, and for that we need to burn a bootloader, and we can do that with another Arduino, and then upload a simple sketch to make a LED blink and make sure everything works as normal. And then from there, it's a case of populating all the other through-hole components and soldering them in place. So I'll let you enjoy the PCB-ness. So that's the whole thing assembled. So I plugged it in, burned the program into it, and would you believe it, everything worked first time. So at this point, the only thing left is to do the case. So I did it in 2 parts, top and bottom, and I put some features in to just make it look cool. I brought in all the small parts like knobs and button caps and slider caps, and also some big rubbery feet so that the thing doesn't move on you when you're spiral diving and doing your acro maneuvers on Parasim. And everything goes together with just a few screws that connect the bottom half to the top half. So with the case designed and printed, it was time to put it all together. So here it is. This is how it compares to the original one. This is why this is called the Mini. I think all there's left to do is to test it, really. Right, so let's turn this thing on. Fire up Parasim. And we can see that our controls are fully working and assigned. Right, what should we fly? Let's go seat harness, acro wing, why not? Catch the dive. Here we are in Parasim. You can even see the deflection on the brakes. Come on. Surely I'm not the only one that finds this super cool. Can we do some acro? Probably not. Wait, catch. Stall. I definitely like the grip with this controller more than what I liked it with the other one. I know a helicopter wouldn't actually be like that. Oh, there you go. Needed to ease off a lot. Probably could still need to do a little bit on this side. Can we connect it? Come on. Come on, connect. It's tricky, just like in real life. Right, I'll try one more. Let's go paramotor. On a what? On an Enzo. Why not? That's what simulators are for, right? To try stuff that you wouldn't try otherwise. This is good. Now, look at this. You can adjust our little throttle here. And obviously you can change this. This could, instead of being speed bar, which it is now, speed bar, you can see the angle of attack change over there. This could be throttle and this could be speed bar instead. You could even use this for, I don't know, Microsoft Flight Simulator. Take the rubber bands off and make this like a dual throttle, or like camera panning left and right. You know, you can assign it to do it whatever you want. So that's it. The Paracontroller Mini is now a thing. And if you made it this far onto the video, here's a little bonus. Doing 1 or doing 10 is kind of the same thing. So I've done a very small limited run of these. I'll put them in the shop and a link in the description. If any of you guys play Parasim and you're interested in having one of these, you can just help support the channel by getting one through our store. And that's it. I have big plans for the future for things like this and 10C with, you know, as you learn more and more skills, your world opens up and you can do more things. And as always, I want to say a huge thank you to all of these lovely people on Patreon and YouTube memberships that support the channel. I'll hope to see you very soon, and have a nice one. Bye.